The calm before the storm. When Brooke Hogan skipped her father's funeral, people didn't just talk. They judged. Headlines exploded, rumors flew, and social media fed on the chaos. But while the world rushed to label her as cold, selfish, or worse, Brooke stayed silent until now. Because behind the scenes, something darker was brewing. A war of words, power, and painful family fractures that didn't die with Hulk Hogan. Brooke isn't just grieving her father. She's dodging lies, protecting her children, and fending off people she claims were never on her side to begin with. And now, she's done staying quiet, done letting other people write her story, done with the fake loyalty and whispered narratives from those who once lived off her father's fame. This isn't just another celebrity-family feud. This is Brooke Hogan's breaking point, and she's not the one to mess with. The funeral fallout. The moment news broke that Brooke Hogan didn't attend her father's funeral, the internet pounced. People instantly assumed the worst, that she was cold, distant, or had abandoned her dad in his final moment of recognition. But what no one stopped to ask was why. According to Brooke, her absence wasn't out of disrespect. It was self-preservation. Because behind that one headline was a storm of manipulation, stress, and stories so twisted, she says they barely resemble reality. Almost overnight, rumors started pouring in from Hulk Hogan's inner circle. Claims that Brooke ghosted him in Jacksonville, that she sent back his gifts unopened, that she didn't care. And each story painted a picture of a daughter who had turned her back on her father when it mattered most. But Brooke isn't buying it. In fact, she's calling it what she believes it really is: spin, manufactured drama, pushed by people who, in her words, are scared. Scared that the golden goose is gone. Scared of losing their status. And more than anything, scared of what Brooke knows. Lies, leaks, and loyalty. Brooke claims the chaos swirling around her isn't accidental. It's carefully orchestrated by people close to her father. According to her, Hulk's inner circle is spinning stories designed to protect their own interests, stories that paint her as the villain in a drama she never asked to be part of. She believes these people, many of whom depended on Hulk's fame for their livelihood, are terrified of losing their grip now that he's gone. And to hold on to power, they've been twisting fact, leaking false information, and flooding the media with damaging rumors. Brooke's convinced these lies aren't just petty gossip. They're a weapon aimed directly at her. A way to silence her, to make her doubt herself, and to keep her from revealing what really went on behind closed doors. A complicated father-daughter bond. Despite all the drama and headlines, Brooke insists there was real love between her and her father. Their relationship wasn't perfect, but it was genuine. Hulk confided in her, especially before marrying Sky Daily, showing a side few ever saw. But that closeness came with its own cracks. Brooke doesn't trust many of the people who surrounded him in his final years. She says the people closest to Hulk weren't always the ones with good intentions. In fact, some she feels actively pushed a wedge between them. That mix of love, betrayal, and suspicion turned what should have been a source of comfort into a battlefield. And it's part of why Brooke made a decision few would expect: to step away from the will altogether. Walking away from the will. In a move that shocked many, Brooke asked to be removed from her father's will. Most people would expect a fight over inheritance, but Brooke wanted to avoid the chaos altogether. She saw the family drama coming, the inevitable battles over money that often tear loved ones apart. She didn't want to be part of that fight. She wanted peace. But ironically, walking away from the will didn't stop the drama. It only made it louder. The rumors, the accusations, the media circus, they all followed her anyway. What she hoped would protect her from conflict instead thrust her right into the center of it. Mental strain and media pressure. The constant whirlwind of rumors and false stories has taken a heavy toll on Brooke. She admits she hasn't eaten or slept properly in weeks. Every day brings a new headline, a new lie she has to fight against just to clear her name. It's exhausting. Mentally, emotionally, physically. But despite the pressure, Brooke refuses to back down. She's painfully aware that staying silent would only let those false narratives take over completely. Yet, even with all the stress, she's focused on one thing: protecting her children and preserving her own peace. The battle isn't just about public image, it's about survival. The legal line in the sand Brooke's patience has run out. She's made it clear: if the lies keep coming, the gloves are off. This isn't just a warning, it's a legal threat. She's ready to lawyer up and fight back hard against anyone who continues to spread false stories about her. Brooke isn't someone to be underestimated or pushed around, especially not when her family's legacy and her own reputation are on the line. This isn't about drama anymore. It's about standing up for herself and drawing a clear line. Mess with her or her father's name, and there will be consequences. Misunderstood. Grief. Brooke's grief isn't what the headlines make it out to be. She revealed that her father didn't even want a traditional funeral, which makes the criticism about her absence even harder to swallow. She's not ignoring him or disrespecting his memory. She's honoring his wishes in the way she feels is right, quietly, with her children close by. Yet, despite this, she's been slammed for not showing up, labeled as cold and uncaring. It's a painful twist, mourning her father while simultaneously being judged by the public and even those closest to her. All Brooke really wants is peace. Peace to remember Hulk Hogan in her own way, without the noise of gossip or criticism. Brooke's final warning. After all the pain, all the rumors, and all the fighting, Brooke's message couldn't be clearer. Leave her and her father alone. She wants the public and Hulk Hogan's camp to finally stop the noise, the lies, and the endless drama. Let that poor man go to heaven, she says, calling for respect and peace for her father's memory. But make no mistake, if the false stories keep spreading, if the attacks don't stop, Brooke isn't afraid to fight back legally. She's issued a firm warning. Those who continue to spew these lies better prepare to lawyer up, because she's not the one to come after. This is more than just family drama. It's a battle for truth, respect, and closure, and Brooke Hogan is standing her ground. The final thought family feuds are nothing new, but this one is different. Brooke Hogan's story reminds us that sometimes the loudest battles happen long after someone's gone, and the real truth often hides beneath layers of pain, power, and mistrust. Her fight isn't just about legacy or money. It's about reclaiming her story, defending her family, and seeking peace in the chaos. So, the question remains: is this the end of Brooke's battle, or just the beginning of a fight we've barely started to understand? Only time will tell.